once before, but the game crashed. So here we are. This is the World Cup 2022. We are going to be simulating it and seeing exactly what Football Manager thinks is going to happen. I've already looked through the groups, so I'll take you through them and I'll take you through who I think is going to go through in each group. So in Group A we've got Canada, Italy, Qatar and Tunisia, and in this group I've gone for Italy and Tunisia to get through because I think they are the two best teams in that group. Group B is Belgium, Holland, Iran, Jamaica, and I think we're going to have a Belgium and Holland getting through, probably Belgium topping that group. Group C is France, Japan, Mali, Portugal. Japan could cause a threat, but otherwise I think it will be France and Portugal going through from there. Australia, Brazil, Croatia and Germany are in Group D. I think it's going to be Brazil and Germany, but obviously Croatia are a very handy outfit, and Australia will be no pushovers. In Group E we've got Nigeria, Spain, Turkey and Uruguay. Spain and Turkey are the teams that I've gone for to get through there. Uruguay and Nigeria, both handy outfits. It's a difficult group, but I believe both of those should get through. In Group F, it's Colombia, England, Ghana and South Korea. I am going with England and Colombia to get out of that group. South Korea with Son could cause an upset or two, but I think Colombia should have enough quality about them to get through as well as England. Group G, Argentina should walk the group, and I'm going for Morocco to be the other team to get through. I don't think USA quite have the quality. They've got a couple of decent players, don't get me wrong, but I think Morocco should just scrape through, and Austria, well, they always disappoint in major tournaments. Group H, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia and Switzerland. I'm going with Switzerland and Russia. It was really hard not to go with Mexico, but I decided not to. It's my decision, it's what I've gone with. This is one I will admit I would not be surprised if I get it wrong. So what I'm going to do is I will go on holiday for one day, and then all of the opening day's games should be played, and we should be able to watch a few of the goals. Okay, so here we are back. So if I just go into the World Cup matches, go back to the opening day, and there we have a few of the results. Tunisia beating Italy by, well no, Italy beating Tunisia by 2-0. And we'll load those up. Chiesa to Florenzi now to Verratti, whips it in, and Immobile heads home. We will change these to TV view, and then the last one's an Insigne ball in and Barella heads home. I'm guessing after that the game died out a little bit. Well, maybe not. Tunisia with 28 shots, Italy with 28 shots to Tunisia's 1. Seemed quite comfortable victory in the end for them. Qatar 0, Canada 6. Wow, 29 shots to Qatar's 5. Canada definitely putting their foot down. David also putting his name forward to try and be the top scorer for the tournament and win the Golden Boot. 5 goals. If they get through, he stands a chance, you know. First one was a cool penalty, cool, calm, collected. Davis, what are you going to do with it, mate? Big ball over the top for David. Oh, it's a nice little finish actually, quite delicate. See, a lot of this is going through Davis, which isn't necessarily shocking. He is their best player. Miller, and you see David already making a run, just waiting for that ball to go through to him. Oh, he squeezed that. That's shocking goalkeeping. 4-0. There's Davis again. Ball across, David blocked, and then blocked again. Miller blocked, David blocked, and eventually it ends up in the back of the net for 6. Then Arfield and Laren heads home. Holland have beat Iran 5-1, and Belgium have beaten Jamaica 2-0. Netherlands 5, Iran 1. Once again, taking a very similar pattern to those opening 2 games where one team has just completely dominated. I think we'd presume that anyway, to be honest. Like, I don't think anyone's looking at Iran and thinking they're going to do something against Holland. Depay's ball in, Delict header, routine corner, routine. Nori, Asmori, Yaham Baksh, Mehdi, and they equalised. So that's interesting. They actually pulled it back to 1-1. Malen, Wijnaldum, 2-1. It's a lovely finish from Genie. Here he is again, Wijnaldum to Memphis. Ball across, Malen, 3-1. The Dutch looking good. Some of their goals quite nice, and Malen in, trying to use his pace. I mean, I don't know how the keepers let that one in, if I'm honest. That is poor. Memphis. Oh, unlucky Davari. But 5-1 is the result. Belgium 2, Jamaica 0. Once again, very similar to the opening 3 games now, where one team has just completely dominated. Bryant, Carrasco, and Lukaku just heads home off that ball. And then Munier to Carrasco, back to Munier, and Hazard was up the back stick to make it 2-0. Belgium will be very, very happy with their start. All those teams will be very happy with their starts. If we go on to that next day now. So I want to go on holiday for another day, and that will bring us straight back in where we need to be. I'm just going to change the channel on the LTV. Get a bit of Jeff on. There we go. Right, so World Cup, go on to matches. And there we are, we've got France beating Japan 4-0, Portugal beating Mali 1-0, Germany scraping past Australia. I said Australia could be a handful, they were. They're 3-2, they managed to get through in the end. Brazil getting past Croatia 4-0. If we now go through the games individually, try and have a look at how some of these goals are going, and again, that pattern is there. One team dominating. Did the red card make much of a difference? We'll never know. All we know is there 28 shots to Japan's 3. They won 4-0. Let's have a look how some of these goals went in. I think it's a Pavard to Kante. Kante didn't get it across. Griezmann 1-0. And that's after 35 seconds on Mbappe. It took to the 60th minute for them to actually get a second, but then the floodgates seemingly opened, because from the kickoff they make it 3-0 with Lamar, And then Martial pulls it back to Camavinga, blocked, and Mbappe's there, and it is 4-0. Mali, Portugal, just the one goal in this one, but who else was going to score it? Cristiano Ronaldo makes it 1-0 in this game. Is it a rocket? We'll see. Could be a typical header. So Bernardo Silva brings it forward, pulls it back, and Ronaldo just slams it home. Mali 0, Portugal 1. Not as dominant as the other games. Portugal not great there. Now this is the game I really wanted to see the goals for. It's Australia versus Germany. Shockingly, apparently it's quite one-sided. But the result says otherwise. 3-2 in the end. Germany getting the result they were hoping for. So Maya whipped it in. Slamar made it 1-0. Hrustic slots home for 1-1. Hornest, Nostlinger, Wolf, Belgia, and it's 2-1 Germany. Hornest to Nostlinger to Gutzeit. Beera's there for 3-1 Germany. And in the end, Australia made them sweat a little bit with Boyle coming forward to Watts, who slots it home for 3-2. Germans look beatable, but if the Germans look beatable, Croatia look completely overrun. 4-0 to Brazil. Headed in by Ibanez for 1-0. Jesus, David Neres, Coutinho. I think he was offside, but he was played in by Gavardio, not actually Neres. So that's why that stood. Firmino to Anthony, Casemiro, Jesus, Casemiro. Oh, that's a good hit for 3-0. And to wrap it all up, Neymar whips it in. Jesus at the back stick. 4-0. So if we holiday the next day, just give it a quick save. Just to make sure if it does crash again, we've at least got those results saved. So today, I can already see a shock. We've got Spain beating Turkey 4-1, Nigeria and Uruguay drawing 2-2 with a last minute goal from Jimenez getting Uruguay that point. England stoop to a 2-2 draw, having to save the game in the 86th minute. Colombia doing what we probably expected them to do, win 1-0. Let's go through some of these results. That England result, well, you have to see how they messed it up. It's not the start they'd have been looking for at all. So Celik to Omar, and Turkey took the lead against Spain. Yarzabal equalises. They're playing very counter-attacking style by the looks of it, Spain. Ansu Fati. Oh, it's a lovely finish. It's a lovely little finish, that. And then Ansu Fati makes it 3-1. Ferran Torres. 4-1. Great if we could stop dropping frames. And as I say that. Oh, Muslera basically drops it into his own net there. Looked like it went through him a little bit. And this is that last minute equaliser for Uruguay. In the end, pivotal. Could prove pivotal. Now then. England. South Korea. 2-2. South Korea had a goal disallowed as well in the 20th minute. So England's first goal of the tournament is a Kane header for 1-0 after 15 minutes. It then took the 74th minute. Son. Oh, that's a good run. And Hee-chan just slots it home. And the 80th, they take the lead. Lee Kang-in's just through. England all over the place defensively. It's a lovely dink, but all over the place defensively. And then in the end, England get a penalty, and Kane slots that home for 2-2. So if we go on holiday, oh, skipped a couple of days. Whoops. I think we go Wednesday was when England, yeah. So, on the Thursday we had Group G and H. Morocco lost 2-0 to Argentina, and USA demolished Austria 4-1. Russia drew 0-0 with Mexico, which is what I thought would happen. It was between those two, and I think Russia will do better against Saudi Arabia and Switzerland than Mexico will. Switzerland demolish Saudi Arabia 6-0. We've got plenty of goals. Let's get into it. We'll also have a few goals from Friday because idiot me skipped today. Argentina absolutely dominating against Morocco. Messi, Dybala, Lautaro Martinez, Tagliafico, Messi, finding a little pocket of space, being found, and smashing it home. Then it's just a penalty for 2-0. Bradley, McKennie, Sargent, and then Giovanni Reina. It's a good finish. It's a very good finish for 1-0 USA. Wolf then equalised for Austria. Good ball again, right? Oh, what a little pullback from Reina, and Conrad makes it 2-1. Reina could be the key here for USA actually getting out of this group. I'm watching how they're playing in this game, and I'm starting to think Reina's there again, 3-1, so he's been part of every goal so far. I think he could be key, and I think maybe USA might get through in second place. And McKennie smashes home from the edge for 4-1. I never anticipated any of these other three teams demolishing each other, but USA have just demolished Austria. Russia match going 0-0, so there's no goals for us there, but Switzerland made up for that in this group by scoring 6 past Saudi Arabia, and the Saudi Arabian keeper still got 7.6 rating. Shows you how poor Saudi Arabia must have been. Zakiri, Frola, Zakiri, Okafor. Oh, it's a lovely little finish into the bottom corner. And it took him to the second half to get another one. And Zakiri with a good header. Latomba. Frola, oh, off the post, Shaqiri. Then taps home the rebound. Umbabu, Shaqiri, Zakiri, 4-0. Xhaka, Embolo, Umbabu, picking it back up, looking across, he does. Zakiri's there for 5-0. So, Freuler, Ajeti, Embolo's in, and it is 6-0. Switzerland starting the group how I expect them to finish it. Top. 40 shots, Jesus Christ. If we now go on to the Friday, we've got Qatar 0, Tunisia 3, Italy 4, Canada 0, Belgium 3, Holland 1, which I think decides who's going to finish top of that group pretty much. And Iran 2, Jamaica 2, and to be honest, I would have said Jamaica probably would have won that with players like Leon Bailey. Tunisia dominated against Qatar, as you'd expect. Qatar getting yellow card after yellow card after yellow card. Ait Malek slots home, puts it in. Mahmoud, Ait Malek, Elias, Zemzemi, 2-0 Tunisia now. And then Laribi with a nice little finish for 3-0 to Tunisia. So Tunisia, Canada, the final game is gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. It's winner takes all. I know you have to rotate, but would you really drop a player that had just scored 5 goals in the first game? I don't know if he got injured, but would you really drop him? Florenzi and Barella, 1-0. Bouncing around quite nicely there for Italy, nothing quality of theirs. That ball was good though, and Insigne makes it 2-0. DeSiglio, Barella, DeSiglio, Barella cutting in now, cross, and Insigne slots home for, is that 3-0? Insigne, DeSiglio, Pellegrini, Barella, and it is in for Italy for 4-0. So Italy have booked their place, I believe. I think they've qualified. Now the first big clash of the tournament, Belgium versus Holland. and it was quite an even game. The scoreline suggests there was a bit of a difference. So Gravenberch with a free kick gave Holland the lead. It's a lovely free kick, but then in the second half Belgium turned up. Maybe got De Bruyne. There you go, 1-1. 83rd minute. De Bruyne picks up Rabona's it in, where Hazard pops it home for 2-1. And Saelmakers is there, Van Aken, Lukaku, Luka Bacchio, and Dennis Praet makes it 3-1 to ensure Belgium win, and I believe pretty much they've secured their qualification with that win as well. Next up is Iran v Jamaica. We've got 4 goals. Jamaica absolutely dominated the game, judging by that, but it's not enough. They will be, well, they might not be leaving the tournament. I don't think they're out yet, but it'd be very hard to see past Holland securing that job. And in the end there, Bailey equalising for Jamaica to make it 1-1. Hector then putting Jamaica in front, only for a couple of minutes later, well, after half time, Iran getting their equaliser and drawing 2-2. So now if we holiday the next day, and that's what we want. So if we go on to the matches, go back a day. Oh, we've gone back too far. There we go. So today we had Japan 2, Mali 1. Probably what we expected really. Portugal 0, France 3. Maybe not such a one-sided game, but definitely I would have put France to beat Portugal. Croatia and Germany draw. So what it now comes down to, what happens between Croatia and Australia, Germany and Brazil. If Brazil demolish Germany and Croatia demolish Australia, they'll swap round and Croatia will be heading through, because Brazil have booked their place in the next round with a 2-1 victory over Australia. So Japan keeping their hopes alive. Arguably they didn't deserve it looking at those stats, but it is what it is. The most important stat is how many goals you score, and Japan scored more. Orion Tominaga makes it 1-0 to Japan after just a minute on the clock. Then Haidara whips it in, and Basuma's at the back. Shadow a bit of offside, but maybe not. 1-1. Then Nakagawa, Oshiro, and then Arai slots home, and it is Japan 2, Mali 1, which keeps their dreams of staying in the tournament alive. So Portugal v France. It was just a poor performance from Portugal by the looks of things. France turned up, Portugal didn't, and in the second half it showed. Oh, it's a nice goal. Griezmann's proven himself to be a very handy player out there for France in this tournament. Mendy across, then it's an own goal. Ruben Diaz, he's left the ball behind, and then he's just kicked it at Mbappe. That's not clever. Cross it goes, and Martial, like, he's not that good of a player, but no one's going to miss that opportunity. No one's going to pass that up. Then you've got the Germany and Croatia 0-0 draw. Brazil beating Australia, but once again, Australia proven to be a bit of a handful, not being thrashed. So you're a little bit sort of thinking they deserve to go through because they're playing well, but only because they're playing well against better opposition. They're still losing. Sandro and Jesus taps home for about a yard out for 1-0. Anthony, Mateus Enrique, Anthony, Ada Militao, and then Coutinho makes it 2-0. And Australia keep plodding along as they do, and Falami comes forward with it, whips it across, Irvine puts it home, and Australia have a goal to celebrate. Not many people would have predicted that. So then, is it this day England will have played again, maybe? Oh, that's not the one we're on here. I think it is. Right. There's a few shock results here. So Spain 1, Nigeria 4 is the first one. That is a turn up for the books. That puts my prediction into a little bit of disarray. Uruguay 1, Turkey 2. Keeps Turkey in contention, but I believe at the moment it's Spain and Nigeria who are holding the qualification places. Unless it's no, it might be Turkey actually. England 0, Colombia 0. This means that because South Korea have beaten Ghana 3-1, if South Korea and Colombia draw, there is nothing England can do. They will be out the tournament. It's a poor performance. Gareth Southgate will inevitably be sacked if they fail to get through. Right now, I wouldn't put my hat on them getting through. Now let's watch what will go down in Nigerian history. So they took the lead through a penalty. Then Spain got their tails up and got an equaliser pretty goddamn quickly, in all fairness, with the Arzabal for 1-1. Osimhen, who scored the penalties, on a run here. He ain't going to go all the way, is he? Oh, he is as well. Oh, he is as well. It's a lovely goal and possibly going to be up there for goal of the tournament. Ekong and Chukwueze slots that one home for 3-1 to Nigeria. And then when Spain were pushing, Osimhen just uses his pace, and then stinks the keeper. Spain 1, Nigeria 4. It makes it different. It makes it very different. And now you've got Uruguay versus Turkey. Now I predicted Turkey to beat Uruguay. They have. But right now Uruguay are bottom of the group. They ain't favourites to get through now or anything. They are pretty much out. So Ozan slots that home. Demirel out to Dorukhan, and then Schenk makes that 2-0 to Turkey. Laxalt whips it in, and Araujo makes it 2-1 as Uruguay look to get themselves back in the game. Obviously there's no goals in the England-Colombia 0-0 draw, but we can go watch South Korea, who I think might just be about to work some magic to get England knocked out of the World Cup. We can see how they beat Ghana. We've now got Soccer Saturday on, so any big goals in the Prem I will be keeping you guys up to date with. Chanku, what was that? That was a lovely little kind of like floated shot almost. Oliver and then Sowers in and Ghana equalise. Hee-chan with a lovely finish for 2-1 Korea. And then Hee-chan made it 3-1 as well. I think today we'll just do the group stages and then we'll do knockout stages. There we go. Right. A late goal has proved me wrong, it seems. USA 2, Morocco 1, Argentina 2, Austria 0. That group, I believe, is all settled. I think that is USA and Argentina heading through, which means we've got one team correct in Argentina, but Morocco will not be going through. That 94th minute, Giovanni Reina, I said it in the previous game, he looks like he's going to be key for them. That 94th minute Giovanni Reina goal has knocked out Morocco and sent USA through. We've also, in the other group, got Mexico 3, Saudi Arabia 1, which is a big result, and Russia 3, Switzerland 3. So that means when Russia play Saudi Arabia, they'll basically need to win by more than 2 goals and home Mexico lose or draw. Pretty much. But let's go see the drama of the USA knocking out Morocco and giving me my first L on these predictions, although I do get the feeling England will be giving me my second L. Well, it won't be my second by then, but they'll be giving me an L. Musa, McKennie, he made it 1-0 to USA. And then Morocco knocking around quite nicely. Ziyech, big ball over the top, and then an Nesri. Lovely little dink over the keeper for 1-1. And then when time was running out, when it looked like there was nothing left that could be done, Musa played it out to Areola, who whips it in, and Giovanni Reina on the volley, 2-1. It's an amazing goal, to be fair, to send them through. This USA team is very, very exciting. Argentina beating Austria. To Dybala, plays it now to Rodriguez to Foyth across to Palacios, who steps that in, and it is 1-0 Argentina. Palacios now out to Tagliafico back to Palacios into Messi with a good hit, and it is 2-0 Argentina. Saudi Arabia, the whipping boys, got themselves a goal in this game, which shows they've got a little bit of attacking threat about them. They were 3-0 down at the time, but they got a goal. So Hector Herrera, Techetito, whips it across, and Messias makes it 1-0. Then Raul, Linus, Raul with a big hit for 2-0 Mexico. Hector Herrera, Raul using his strength there. Tetsachito, and it is 3-0 to Mexico. And Al-Dosari on a little run, plays it to Al-Hathi, who slots home. Saudi Arabia getting a goal in the World Cup, that will mean so much to them. And then this game is huge. This game's massive in terms of this group, because it could be a massive point for Russia. It could be a huge point for Russia. So to Mbabu, Shaqiri, big ball over the top, Okafor slots home for 1-0 Switzerland. Karavayev, Obliakov, Miranchuk, Chalov, and that is 1-1. This is going to be big. Obliakov makes it 2-1 Russia. And then Shaqiri across, and Babu equalises. Babu, Zakiri makes it 3-2 to Switzerland. Kilman, Golovin, Akhmatov. Oh, what a hit! 3-3. That is how you equalise. Could be a huge goal in terms of their World Cup. Give it a quick save. So if we holiday, we should now be going through the last round of group stage games. Get rid of some of these. And it is Tunisia who join Italy 1-0. They managed to beat Canada in the end, so that is 2 correct straight away, so 2 points to me. Italy demolishing Qatar 8-0. Iran and Belgium ended as exactly how you'd expect it, with Belgium winning 5-2. Maybe not expecting Iran to score, but they scored a couple. Holland beating Jamaica, so that's another double win for me, with Holland and Belgium getting through from that group. Let's go see the all-important goal that took Tunisia through instead of Canada. So Elias going down with it, whips it in. Oh, that's what's going to hurt Canada even more. The keeper's had a mare. He's had an absolute mare and has just dropped it to Zemzemi, who has slotted it into the empty net for Tunisia. So he's conceded 8, he's got a 7.2 rating. Qatar had 1 shot. Italy had 41 efforts on goal. Florenzi Chiesa gets on the rebound for 1-0. Chiesa made it 2-0. Barella, Verratti, Barella, Chiesa, Immobile 3-0. Let's see. 4. Tonali hits it, fell to Immobile. 5-0. Italians look strong this tournament. The Italians look very strong this tournament. Immobile for 6. Okay, so 7-0 Immobile again. On then Barella for 8-0. Not much more you can say. Italy fantastic. Qatar heading out the tournament, deservedly so. Belgium now, we're just going to watch those demolish Iran. So in the end, Iran actually took the lead. Iran took the lead, but then second half Belgium got an absolute rollicking at half time and have come out and Carrasco equalised. Lukaku plays Carrasco in again and makes it 2-1 to Belgium. Carrasco, ever present in these goals at the moment, cuts in, pulls it back. Dennis Pray 3-1. Iran, wanting to show that they're not out of it yet, came forward. Arab Tanari, who hits it, saved onto the bar, and it falls to Razai, who makes it 3-2. Lukaku, he's got to square this now surely. Lukaku, yeah, it's done. Hazard's there. 4-2 to Belgium. Then Lukaku, Jordan Lukaku coming forward to Hazard. Hazard shoots. 5-2. Belgium secure top of the group and their place, which was already booked, in the next round. And then it's just Holland against Jamaica. Ball in. Grafenberch 1-0 Netherlands. Coop Miners free kick 2-0 Netherlands. And then Tete coming forward with this now. It's tackled but bounced around. De Jong in. Wijnaldum 3-0 Holland. Exactly what you want to see from them. They get through comfortably. So do Belgium. On to the next round of games, please. I don't think today's the day we'll find out about England. I think England will be very lucky to get through. So, some more big results. But I don't think Germany are going out despite a repeat. Oh, well, not a repeat, a reversal of a scoreline from the 2014 World Cup. So the reversal of the semi-final, but I still think Germany are going to get through. We will be looking at all the groups once every game's been played in the group stage. But I know for a fact, to tell you something, Portugal are definitely through with that 2-1 victory, and France, well, they'd already booked their place, but they topped it off with a 4-0 win over Mali. Let's get into the action and see just how they did it. So Kante there to Kamara, Camavinga, lays it back to Laporte. Oh, it's a good hit for a centre back. That's an incredible hit. Mbappe now to Griezmann, who hits it for 2-0 France. Mbappe in, Kimpembe, Rabiot makes it 3-0. Martial, Leon, Marley looking to get some goals. Martial just runs through, slots home, 4-0. French looking strong, just like the Italians. The European teams are looking very strong at the moment. Portugal booked their place as well in the next round with a late goal, an 84th minute goal. Watford are beating Norwich 1-0 in real life. Bruno Fernandes is on the ball here, who whips it in. Ronaldo, and it is 1-0 Portugal. Ball in. Arai makes it 1-1. Mendes away. Florentino. Portugal looking to find a way through. Sergio hits it, and it is 2-1 to Portugal. That 0-0 draw between Croatia and Australia was too much. I believe they are heading out, but not before Brazil completely demolished Germany, who are like, to get through having lost 7-1. That's a weird one. To get through having lost 7-1 is a weird one. Firmino put Brazil 1-0 up. Casemiro to Arthur to Firmino, who curls in a peach for 2-0. And then Brazil looking to come forward again here. Neymar crossed it to Jesus, who makes it 3-0. Neres to Fabinho. Neres again. Lays it back for Arthur, who crosses it in. Sandro header. Blocked. Shot. Save. Scored. 4-0. The Germans get one back as it is though, as Beira picks up that ball, pulls it in, and Belgium just kind of flicks it into that back stick for 4-1. Brazil get a penalty and Firmino slots home. 5-1. Ball in, headed away. Fabinho kicks it back out to Neymar, who's coming in field, lays it back to Firmino. The shot is blocked, but it is 6-1 because the deflection takes it past the keeper. Sandro across to Neymar, who makes it 7-1, and it's redemption from all those years ago for Brazil. Get ready, because on the next one we get to see if England scrape through or not. We know if Colombia and South Korea draw, it is impossible. It's impossible for England to get through at that point. Right, let's go. Turkey 3, Nigeria 2, Uruguay 1, Spain 3, England 3, Ghana 1, South Korea 1, Colombia 4. We will not know until the end of the video whether England are going to be making it through. I think they may have just scraped through. I think they've done it by a point. I think they've done it by a point, and South Korea are in fact the team that are going to be heading out. But on the Cheng, and that's a good hit from Yatziki for 1-0 Turkey. And Didi, Adibo kicks it forward, Osimhen's in, who slots home for 1-1. Cheng then has a penalty, which he slots home for 2-1 Turkey. Zeki Çelik back to Yusuf. Rabona's it in, and Hakan Çalhanoğlu makes it 3-1 to Turkey. Chigways, Ajayi and Ekong pull one back for Nigeria, but it wasn't to be, as they went on to lose 3-2. Spain bounced back from their disappointing performance and disappointing result against Nigeria with a 3-1 victory over Uruguay. Gayen, Ramos, Ansu Fati, Oyarzabal slots home for 1-0. Koke, Oyarzabal, Busquets, 2-0. Oyarzabal now to Merino. Busquets lays it out to Roberto. Morata makes it 3. And then Darwin pulls one back for Uruguay. But Spain will be going through with that result. England went into this game knowing they had to win, and even that may not be enough to see them get through. Here they go. Yadom, Doncer, Kudus and Jordan Ayew, and after 2 minutes, England, knowing that they had to win, were 1-0 down. Sancho though said no, we're not having this, picks up the ball, runs, slots in Kane, who slots it into the bottom corner for 1-1, and it was important that they kept that going, and they did. Sancho picks up on the back stick, lays it back over, and Sterling taps home for 2-1. That would have settled a lot of nerves for England. Now they just wanted to secure it. When they play out to Sterling, Sterling's on a run and just going to push it past the keeper for 3-1 England. And then the big result in the end, they absolutely dominated Colombia, and they won 4-1, and there's nothing South Korea could have done about it. It was all going to plan. It was 0-0 all up until Lee Kangin got a straight red card, and from that straight red card, Colombia scored a minute after with Luis Muriel, and it just went wrong from there for them. Alzate, Luis Muriel, 2-0 Colombia. Duvan Zapata, 3-0 Colombia. He chants then in, he rounds the keeper for 3-1. But then Colombia just wanted to tick off the whole game, make sure it was won. And Luis Muriel got his hat-trick, and Colombia won 4-1. So if I'm not mistaken, there is one more round of games that will be done on this video, and then we'll look at who's playing who, and I will make my predictions. Right, so we had Argentina 1, USA 1. You know what? USA might scrape that on goal difference, possibly, or goals for. I think USA may have finished top of the group. We will see. Austria 4, Morocco 0. Mexico 2, Switzerland 0. So Mexico are through. Mexico are through. Russia Would Russia be out? No, I think Switzerland are out. I think Switzerland are out with 4. Russia will be through with 5. I think Mexico will be through with 7. We'll find out in a minute. I think Switzerland might have been the casualty in that group in the end. If we load up this game, cheers for the follow, mate. Reina, Conrad, everything USA do in this tournament is going through Giovanni Reina. Absolutely everything. And Messi just gets a penalty and Argentina equalise. But Giovanni Reina is literally USA. And we've got Australia demolishing Morocco. So my shout of Morocco getting through has been proven completely wrong. Absolutely proven wrong. Here is Arnautovic coming forward. Bibble Wolf. I don't even know what Bono's doing there. He's gone a bit mad if he stays on his line. I'm not saying they don't concede, but at least it's not a tap-in. Where was this Austria in the first few games? Lazaro pulls it back. Lema. Oh, that's a terrible goal to concede. That's unlucky. Lazaro coming forward again. Yusuf Demir. Lema. There's only so many rebounds a team can get, surely. Mexico's win against Switzerland, which I'm 90% sure Switzerland are the team who've missed out here. Go through, and that just makes it 1-0 to Mexico. Not a lot of goals in the Prem today, just the one so far. And then Raul makes it 2-0 to Mexico. And it's not as if Switzerland didn't knock on the door. They just couldn't get a breakthrough. Miranchuk to Kraevov. It's a nice, a lovely goal that is. Some lovely football. That goal alone means Russia deserve to get through from this group. It's best goal of the group. Miranchuk picking up a few goals. The amount of high scoring games there's been, the top goal scorer could easily have 10 plus goals this tournament. Keeper will feel bad there. He's got a good hand on that. Probably should save it. I mean, at this point, if you're Russia, you're sweating a little bit because it's 3-2 and they're coming back at you. And then they ease the nerves with about 17-18 minutes left, and then they properly secure it in added on time through goal. Oh, it's a lovely little finish from Golovin, actually. That is absolutely lovely finish from where he is. So that is all the goals from the group stage. We are going to now make our way through the different groups and see exactly who's gone through. So Italy and Tunisia. I said Italy and Tunisia. That's 2 points to me. Canada in the end, that defeat on the final day, 1-0 to Tunisia, was what sent them out. In Group B, it was pretty routine. Belgium and Holland. The only reason Holland dropped points is because they lost to Belgium. So ultimately, routine for both, and nothing out of the ordinary. And obviously, I got both of those correct as well. In Group C, it's France-Portugal once again. That is exactly what I predicted. Pretty much exactly how I said the group would go. France topping it, Portugal second. Japan could possibly be an issue, but they weren't in the end. Portugal got that late goal in that game to make sure they got through. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing. Group D, Brazil and Germany. It didn't go exactly how I thought it would, but I got the two teams going through correct again, so I've got 8 teams out of 8 so far. But it was a lot tighter, and Australia in particular put a bit more of a fight than I thought they would. It is 10 from 10. Spain and Turkey get through. Once again though, did not go exactly how I thought it would. If anything, I thought Uruguay were going to be third in the group and Nigeria fourth, but that win from Nigeria against Spain, that will go down in Nigerian history, really made them a factor going into those final set of games. Unfortunately though, they ended up losing 3-2 to Turkey, whereas they know if they had won or drew, they'd be through right now. In Group F, England did indeed scrape through this group. England needed a win in the final game. They got it, and then they needed one of Colombia or South Korea to lose, which didn't look likely until South Korea had a red card and Colombia romped to a 4-1 victory. England then beating Ghana 3-1 meant they snuck through by the skin of their teeth. They don't look good. I don't think they're going to go very far in the tournament, if I'm honest. Group G now, and indeed USA have finished top on goals for. Argentina getting second. I got this one horrendously wrong. It's the first group where I haven't got someone correct in going through. I said Morocco. They lost 3 out of 3. They only scored 1 goal and they conceded 8. That kind of counteracts me getting every single other team correct so far. That was a shocker, an absolute shocker. But you know, sometimes you have them. And then in the final group, in Group H, indeed, Switzerland are out. Mexico beating Switzerland and Russia then beating Saudi Arabia swapped Switzerland from being, I believe at the time, top of the group to third and out of the World Cup. So in that I got Russia right, but I did not get Mexico right, so I went with Switzerland. Out of the teams that are through, if I was to pick a winner right now, I'd be picking Italy. I think Italy looked really good. They did have an easy group, don't get me wrong, but they look really good. So if we go to the second round, start of the next episode or stream will be Holland v Italy, Belgium have Tunisia, Germany have France, and that's a big game. Portugal have Brazil, another big game. Spain have England. I'm going to go on a whim and say I think England will be out there. Turkey v Colombia, USA play Russia, Mexico have Argentina. At the start of next episode I will predict all of those and who I think will go through. I'm sticking with Italy. Italy, no matter what, are the team I've said are going to win. If they don't win the tournament, I can't now predict someone new. That is who I've predicted. But I think if they get past Holland, they've got every chance. Every chance. I just think it's going to be a sad start to the episode for me, an Englishman, because I do not see us getting past Spain. Either way, we are going to end it all there. just want to say thank you